This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections. Welcome back to round 3 of the New York International Auto Show. As today we're going to be covering a few more different cars, and this Cadillac that you're looking at right now is going to be one of them. And believe me, you're in for a treat.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our program will begin momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cadillac President Johan de Nysschen.
Thank you. Thank you, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge also Senior General Motors executives, Tony Sabone and Mike Simcoe. Thank you for joining us. You no doubt can sense that there's a lot of energy building at Cadillac as we enter year 4 of our brand transformation journey. And over the course of this journey, we've had the luxury, in fact, we've had the mandate, frankly, to reconsider everything that Cadillac is and what it wants to be. And while many of our traditional values remain sacrosanct, I think it's also fair to say that we have now turbocharged them. The commitment to aspiration, to craftsmanship, to daring greatly in the name of those who would join us on this journey. In the process, we've also reshaped these values into a compelling and progressive brand character. And over the past 3 years, we have very methodically worked to elevate and align everything that the global luxury market will see from Cadillac. And while our work to date has been foundational and future-oriented, I'm also pleased to report progress on a number of fronts. For one, 2017 was the second best year in the 115-year history of this brand in terms of sales volume and, candidly, a very strong financial performance as well. Our drive for globalization to really escape the constraints of our historical US-centric focus is now also gaining strong momentum. In fact, Cadillac is now the fastest growing luxury brand in China, which has provided a second volume hub for us. And in addition, our sales in other export markets grew by more than 10% during 2017. In the US market, our efforts have been centered on executing the foundational work that is essential for sustained future growth, as we continue our progress in securing brand elevation through focusing on key enablers, prioritizing quality above quantity, and executing a very disciplined go-to-market strategy that has already resulted in strong gains in average transaction price performance, increasing 15% over the past 3 years, and also accompanied by strengthening residuals and an impressive rejuvenation of our customer demographic. In fact, almost 50% of all new Cadillacs sold in the US last year were purchased by members of Gen X and Gen Y. Stepping back to China for a moment, our business over there has sustained has achieved self-sustaining critical mass and is now able to generate the financial wherewithal to meet future investment requirements on its own. This, in turn, now allows us to turn our focus back to the US, where the new dealer standards delivered by our so-called Project Pinnacle initiative is enabling the transformation of the customer experience also at the retail level. And for that, we can already show strong gains in our CSI performance as a proof point. We're also showing year-to-date strong growth in both our key markets. And we are projecting that 2018 will post a new all-time high water mark for the Cadillac brand. After 115 years, America's original and enduring luxury brand sits upon a rock-solid foundation. And today, Cadillac is ready for growth. We are ready with a powerful and unique brand promise as a progressive and modern luxury brand and a daring alternative to the status quo. Cadillac's portfolio reinvention has begun. The product assault will see the elevation of the Cadillac species in terms of product substance, which we define as the confluence of sophistication, of craftsmanship, ingenuity, and quality. Our future entries will benefit from the application, for the first time in many years, of Cadillac-specific engineering, manufacturing, and quality standards. Indeed, the most exacting standards in the brand's history. Our product offensive began last night in Soho as Cadillac House hosted the world premiere of Cadillac's first ever compact luxury SUV, the Cadillac XT4. The first ever XT4 rides on an all-new premium SUV architecture with fantastic driving dynamics and a level of sophistication in execution that is also a strong declaration of intent for all forthcoming new products from Cadillac. The XT4 will be on sale this fall. Beginning today, we will be introducing new entries at an average rate of one new Cadillac every 6 months through 2021. We'll speak to you about 2022 some other day, but for now, I will simply say that is an even more exciting story. Today, we are pleased to announce and introduce to you Cadillac's reinvented top-of-the-range sedan, the all-new Cadillac CT6 V Sport. You don't need me to tell you that this stunning design is strongly inspired by the Escala concept, and I am extremely proud of the work that is emanating from the Cadillac Design Studio and the design team under leadership of Andrew Smith. Great work. The beautiful proportions and the athletic stance of the CT6 V Sport are punctuated by the powerful character of the front of the car, where the combination of headlight, grille, and fascia design make a bold statement about the new face of Cadillac. The sporty elegance continues at the rear, where the taillight design and chrome accents visually underscore the low and wide stance of the car. And the V Sport persona features a V-Series inspired grille, body color aero package and spoiler, and a gloss black daylight opening. While forget the hyperbole, I'm enthusiastic about the car. The staggering design of this beautiful new sports sedan for Cadillac in itself is temptation on wheels. The performance allure of this vehicle is much more than just skin deep. And for that part of the story, please welcome Cadillac's Executive Chief Engineer, Brandon Vivian.
Thank you, Johan. Thank you, Johan, and good morning, everyone. The passion of the broader Cadillac vehicle development team is on full display in the first ever Cadillac CT6 V-Sport. The V-Sport line draws on the DNA and the engineering talents behind the highly successful V-Series brand. That same specialized team developed this vehicle for the driving enthusiast who wants the best of both worlds. A high-performance sedan and a luxury car with all the comforts and technologies that come along with it. While the formula begins with CT6's advanced lightweight architecture and specific component sets that create an athletic performance, the real centerpiece is the all-new 4.2-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine that develops 550 horsepower and a stunning, class-leading 627 pound-feet of torque, imparting stunning performance to the CT6 full-size luxury sports sedan. We had very ambitious performance goals for the CT6 V-Sport. It's not often that you get to design an all-new engine in pursuit of those goals, but in this case, that's precisely what we did. This new engine features a clean sheet design, introducing a number of unique design elements to balance performance and efficiency with compact mass and efficient packaging. The essential enabler of these benefits is an unconventional hot V engine configuration. Rather than conventional side-mounted turbos, we've paired twin scroll turbochargers at the top of the engine in the valley between the heads, integrated into the exhaust manifolds. This gives us a quicker spool up for more power delivery and a more compact size. In addition, bringing the turbos closer to the catalytic converters allows them to let off more quickly for improved emissions performance. This impressive engineering artistry is managed by an all-new 10-speed automatic transmission and track-inspired chassis enhancements that deliver exceptional ride and handling balance. The modern Cadillac philosophy is you can have it all: luxury, refinement, sophistication, and unbridled power and performance. If you want to put your luxury sedan on the track with Cadillac, you can. The CT6 V-Sport offers a track mode which optimizes and integrates multiple advanced chassis systems into one to deliver a seamless performance and confidence at the limits. We also utilize the new V8 in a different tuning, emphasizing quiet refinement in the CT6 Platinum model, here to my left. In this application, the engine delivers 500 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. I'm happy to go deeper into the engineering details after the press conference, and I'm thrilled to be accompanied by Cadillac's Design Executive Director, Andrew Smith, who will be on hand to discuss the finer points of the CT6 and the future of Cadillac design. I think I speak for Andrew, Johan, and the entire Cadillac organization when I say how proud we are to be here and represent the creativity, the commitment, and the intense passion of the Cadillac product development team as we embark on this once-in-a-generation opportunity to reimagine the Cadillac portfolio from top to bottom. And I assure you, we're going to nail it, one new Cadillac after another. Johan, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. As you see, I'm the old guy on the team. We've got a young and energetic team that's ready to go. Just to set your tongues wagging, I will tell you that the CT6 is likely not the only application of this formidable new engine from Cadillac. This is a Cadillac engine, and it will remain that way. But we have more plans for it. Just quit the speculation that it's destined for Corvette. It's not. This engine is a testament to GM's relentless support of Cadillac's daring journey and its intention to further sharpen our role as GM's global luxury brand and a return to Cadillac's position as the company's technology spearhead. As we enter year number 4 of our transformation journey, the product offensive begins now, and it will continue at a torrid pace. Things are about to get really interesting at Cadillac. Thank you very much. Brandon, Andrew, would you join me for a photo op, please?
Of, of course, while we're at the show, we could not resist this Cadillac. I mean, after looking at a Cadillac, then they came out with this beautiful Corvette ZR1, and believe me, it is special. I believe it's going to be a 2019 edition, but everywhere you look on this car, believe me, there is something. Look at the wing on that. This car looks like it's ready to take off into outer space. That's how wild looking this thing is. And believe me, the future for the new Corvettes is alive and well. Let me tell you, it's very rare. I am lost for words, but boy, after looking at this Corvette, I am just at awe. And of course, my favorite color, orange, on top of it. This show at the Javits Center is special. Believe me, next year, if you get a chance, or this year, or whatever, please go and see what this thing is all about. You know, of course, when we go to these events, we're like kids in a candy store. And another one of the cars that is one of my favorite cars this year coming out is the Honda Civic Type R. And boy, let me tell you, they had a car at the show here that you're looking at right now. I would just love to park right in my garage. I mean, this thing here looks like it's ready to take off too. Look at the wing on this car and all the beautiful features, the exhaust tips, the wheels. I mean, you could tell Honda's right on their game. And let me tell you, in my future there will be one of these cars, because I really like what I see here. And I'm sure if you get a chance to get out and drive one of these cars, you'll see exactly what I am talking about. Of course, everybody knows that I am a big fan of the Jeep Wrangler, and boy, let me tell you, they had one there that another vehicle that I just fell in love with. Look at this Jeep, just something special. And believe me, every year Jeep has made just tremendous strides in coming up with something new. But this thing here looks like you could go to the Baja and have fun and be right in style. It is just gorgeous. I have to give Jeep and Chrysler all the credit in the world for coming out with these beautiful vehicles, and believe me, there's a reason why the Jeep Wrangler holds its value as good as it does. I mean, when you look at these vehicles, they are just special. Let me tell you, look at this vehicle, just absolutely gorgeous. And there's another vehicle there that I'm glad I already have in my garage. And boy, let me tell you, I wouldn't mind adding another one to the list. Now, this is an interesting vehicle. Let me tell you, this thing here really caught our attention. I mean, besides being a pretty car and vehicle, this thing looks like it's right at home rock crawling. And boy, oh boy, I can't wait to try one of these out on the road to see what it feels like. Well, judging from what we looked at here, this is going to be a very interesting vehicle. Yes, Colorado ZR2, and boy, let me tell you, this thing here is really special. I was so impressed with what we saw, and Chevrolet is certainly on the right track with this truck. Well, just when you thought you saw it all, and there it is, the Cushman ice cream cart. And boy, let me tell you, I mean, this you never know what you're going to see at this show. Everywhere you look, there's something different. I mean, it's like being a kid in a candy store not knowing what to try next. I mean, this thing goes back to like the 1950s. I mean, that Cushman, I don't even know when they made them. I think there was like in late 40s, early 50s. But let me tell you, it's always fun to be here and see something different. And believe me, this is certainly different. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, it must be my day. I mean, every time I turn around, there's an absolutely gorgeous orange vehicle. And this Kia Stinger, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the TV ads that have been appearing on this car, and boy, let me tell you, it did not disappoint us. It is absolutely gorgeous. Everywhere you look on this car is something special. And I think the future for Kia and with this kind of a car is alive and well, and it will be a very sought after car, and I'm sure it would be a very worthwhile thing to go out and take one of these cars for a ride. And if this thing doesn't impress you, then you're gonna need to take your blood pressure, because boy, let me tell you, it is just gorgeous. I can't get over the cars that'll come across in this show. You never know what you're gonna see next. One thing is prettier than the next, and as you could see, this Kia Stinger, wow, is just unbelievable. And those TV ads that you see on this car, now I can see what they're talking about. Let me tell you, this thing is going to be a force to reckon with, no matter where it goes. Racetrack, street, whatever, you name it. It is just beautiful. Well, when you're having fun, time flies. Please return next week for the Race in Action Today as we get into a new adventure. And boy, let me tell you, it's been fun here.
This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections.